The great thing about this show is it starts at 3 on the East, noon on the West, and it gives some really talented people like Dan Patrick, like Colin Cowherd, two pros and a cup of Joe, a chance to speak their mind, and then we can either react to that, echo their thoughts, or maybe look at things a little bit differently. This is not a basketball thing. It's a sports thing. And you're like, well, we watched Jason Tatum. We watched Damian Lillard. We watched Tyrese Halliburton. Those are all basketball players. They just tore their Achilles tendon. I'll add to it that in the last week, Jalen Moore, who played basketball at Georgia Tech and then Oklahoma, he was doing pre-draft workouts. He tore his Achilles tendon. So the difference is it used to be an injury where Dominique Wilkins late in his career tore his Achilles tendon. It used to be one where the wear and tear of a long career, maybe it gets brittle, it's just overused and just goes, right? It's like the rubber band that gets pulled, and finally, right? But let's hit all of the different things. First, don't do the vaccination thing because Aaron Rodgers tore his. It's and I don't know if Kirk Cousins was vaccinated or not. My guess is he wasn't. So let's stop with the vaccine thing. Are we okay with Jay Stu? Are you okay with me going vaccine's not it? I'm going to go with yes. Okay, vaccine's not it. If we do the overuse thing, you're like, okay, well, they do play a couple more playoff games than they used to. And they're like, well, the NBA playoffs are so long. Well, they're so long because the games are spaced out in order to give them more rest than they used to have. Because the NBA playoffs have always gone into June. Always. Always, always, always. And they've always played 82 games, and players used to always play 82 games, and the medical treatment after the games has gotten better, not worse. So I don't buy they play more games than they used to. Not really. Tyrese Halliburton played 73 games this year. Jason Tatum, and I know he and Halliburton were on the Olympic team, but neither of them really played that much. Now, there is extensive work and whatever, but okay. Damian Lillard, again, then you go to football. What's the running back of the Rams who a couple years ago tore his Achilles tendon?
Cam Akers.
Cam Akers. Okay. I give you Jalen Moore. I give you Cam Akers. There's also, what's the guard who was San Antonio, Atlanta, tore his this year, right?
Was it DeJounte Murray? Was that
DeJounte Murray tore his Achilles tendon. So it's not age. I don't believe it's games played. DeJounte Murray played deep in the playoffs. He hasn't played a lot of games. He's young. Jalen Moore's not played in the NBA. He played college basketball season, a couple college basketball seasons. I don't buy it's the number of games thing. I've heard people go like, well, it's all of them are when guys take that kind of reverse step and then they push off. Like, so that people just started doing that just now? No, that basketball has always been stressing your Achilles tendon. Right? And again, quarterbacks have always gone back and taken that negative step and planted and thrown. There's always that pressure on the Achilles tendon. Only now it seems like there's more guys. So it wasn't the vaccine. Please stop with its low tops. Stop with its low tops. There's never been a study that shows that high tops protect you from anything, especially an Achilles tendon tear. Wear high tops, okay? And put your toe down and plant. And there's zero difference, none, in the pressure on your Achilles tendon wearing high tops. There used to be a shoe, and I'm a basketball shoe guy. I have tried them all. And I think Byron might be the only other human being in the world who remembers this because he's also a Midwest guy. Do you remember there was the Converse weapons, but they also had the Y-bar. Did you ever remember the Y-bar ones? They were like weapons that had an ankle brace almost like inserted into it.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Now remember, Dan Marino tore his Achilles tendon. Right? So it had happened before. It's just the volume of them. And now it's not reserved for older players. Now you got younger players doing it. I don't believe it's the sneakers because the sneaker technology is way better. It doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, like, we used to play, Air Force Ones used to be basketball sneakers. People used to play in Air Force Ones. I played in Air Force Ones. By the way, Air Force 2, remarkably underrated shoe. Okay? But the technology wasn't better then than it is now. So that doesn't make any sense. Please don't say it's Nike. Halliburton was wearing Pumas. Lillard was wearing Adidas. So, again, in order to figure out what it is, we have to cross off what it's not. Okay? I don't believe it's too many games because they're playing the same number of regular season games, only I don't know if any of these guys play. No, nobody plays 82 games anymore. And they used to always play 82 games, and they didn't used to tear their Achilles tendons. That doesn't make any sense. They've added a handful of games to the playoffs, right? First round used to be 3, then it was 5, now it's 7. But again, guys have torn their Achilles tendons in the regular season. That doesn't make any sense. You can say, well, these guys are so much bigger and stronger up top heavy. Halliburton's not. That doesn't make sense. Right? So we're trying to get to what it is. What it's not is, it's not vaccine. It's not too many games. It's not the sneakers. And it's also happened in football. I don't think it's nutrition because people eat better than what it was. So here's my best guess. Okay? Here's my best guess. I think we're building bodies the wrong way. I do. I think we're building bodies the wrong way. It's the only possible. We're building bodies the wrong way. And then I think there's a portion of it which I wonder, I don't know. All of this is hypotheses. And I didn't pay attention a lot in school. I'm not sitting here trying to brag. I do remember the difference between hypotheses and theory. A theory is something that is proven scientifically through a study. A hypothesis is something that you wonder that has some sort of facts behind it, but it is yet to be scientifically proven. My hypothesis for why there is just so many recent Achilles tendon tears, instead of one every couple of years to now, we got 3 star players in the playoffs, and I've gone through 2 star quarterbacks the last 2 years who have torn it, and we could go through a litany of guys. It never happened before at this volume. If you say it did, you're lying. But they're playing the same number of games in the NBA at a couple playoff games. That's it. I'm torn in terms of the only play one sport thing, right? Because Aaron Rodgers didn't just play one sport. A lot of these guys play multiple sports growing up, but there is the specialization to it. So is it the specialization and taking time off in the offseason that allows you to build your body? Maybe. Maybe. You know, it trains other muscles so it protects it. I guess that could be it. I also think there's a part of me that says basketball players now, when I played, and I finished playing in college in 2000. I finished playing professionally in 2003. Okay, but when I played, and how I was brought up by my dad, who was a walk-on JV player in college, is basketball players play basketball. I played basketball all the time. Even when I played baseball, even when I played football, even when I played tennis, I would always play basketball. When I played in the summer, you'd go home and I'd work out with my dad and I would shoot, but I would always play. You'd go up to UCLA, you play pickup games. We go to Columbus, Tustin Gym, and we get the guys. Or I'd go down to Newport. Now it's Pacifica Christian's gym, but it's the West Newport gym, and that was like Scotty Brooks and Todd Murphy and all the UC Irvine guys that were pros. I'd hop in with them, or at Los Caballeros. We played basketball all the time. Yeah, we lifted weights, we worked with trainers, but we played basketball. Now in the off season, nobody plays 5-on-5.